What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and I've got music playing in my ears. This computer never wants to work. Let's go. I appreciate you taking the time, though. Told you I would be back once I found out what the corresponding move was with Cam Sims, but I don't know what was going on. Schefter, Eagles media, it took a very long time. We talked this morning, but I couldn't just post down below what the move was. It's kind of a little more complicated than that. So I thought we'd make a quick video, talk about it. Didn't want to do it live. I mean, I did, but I know what you guys want to talk about. I'm going to make a live video for that. Zach Ertz, I know. So we'll get into that, but we made a few moves. So I want to show you those moves, and I want to show you the updated look at what the Eagles team looks like. So let's talk about it. We mentioned this morning, VanSumeren was probably the guy that would be signed to the roster, filling up that spot that was opened up the other day by Josiah Scott being waived. So we were waiting, and, well, we saw that Cam Sims was signed to the practice squad this morning, so therefore someone had to be going. Well, someone went, and it was VanSumeren. He gets signed to the active roster. Now, here's where the fun part comes in. They actually did make some moves, but it wasn't because of that. So that's why I made this video. So they did make two more moves. They released and then signed. So Greg Ward now released. We talk about, now we only have three wide receivers again when we added Cam Sims this morning. But that was made due to the fact that they wanted to put Josiah Scott back on this roster in the effect of the practice squad. So not the active roster, but they want to have him here on this team. So he is here, back again. I know a lot of people furious that Greg Ward's gone, Scott's back. But look, man, this is the practice squad. I try to explain this stuff every week. I mean, these guys are going to be signed, released all the time. It's the practice squad. No reason to get yourself worked up. And then on the flip side, no, these guys are not being signed to the practice squad to become the next Hall of Fame starter this next week. They're going to take time. They'll be on the practice squad. We'll see what happens there. But no reason to overreact. This is just the practice squad. So let's talk about that practice squad and take a look at what it looks like now. And if you missed it, I will post down below the Cam Sims video. You can go check that out. But let's take a look now with Cam Sims and everybody else, all the moves being made, what this practice squad looks like. So you can see Sims now added on, Ward taken off of the defense, VanSumeren taken off of the defense, and Josiah Scott added in. So 8 on offense, 8 on defense, and these things change every single week. So again, no reason to freak out here. It's the practice squad. These guys will practice. So not a big deal, but there are the guys, and they can be elevated for the game if need be. But that is why VanSumeren was signed to the active roster, because you can only be elevated 3 times. He was elevated those 3 times. So was Zach Cunningham most likely out, waiting on Shaq Leonard's news? We'll see if he signs, but either way, he wouldn't have been ready for this Sunday, so we knew this move was coming. But let's take a look at the defense now with VanSumeren in there. And just to show you, Zach Cunningham, he, most likely out this week, but maybe next week as well. So we would have only had Morrow and Ellis. That's why VanSumeren's here. This does not mean that Shaq Leonard cannot sign here. Do not listen to the media saying that. They don't know what they're talking about. These things were going to happen regardless. Now, Justin Evans, he's designated to return. And look, he needs to be activated by next Tuesday there. So we'll see if they move some things around. If not, they could just put him on IR for the rest of the season and end it for him. But that is for another day. For now, you see VanSumeren there. So at least Ellis and Morrow have some depth there. And look, I've talked about it. Some of you have asked, if you guys remember from this offseason when I talked about Nolan Smith, look, you can work him a little bit off ball, give him a little dabble there, see what he does. And they did that. Now, you're not starting him. I've seen a lot of you guys, why not have him starting? This is not Madden where you can just take a guy and place him somewhere. He is working on becoming an edge rusher, and he's not getting reps there because, well, he needs some work. So we're not just, I wish this was Madden. I wish we could just throw him in and he'd be starter at linebacker, but that's not going to happen. But maybe on certain situational downs, you could have him in there helping out in off-ball situations, but he is an edge rusher. He is DN/ outside linebacker, just like Hassan Reddick. So that is the position he plays, but we're going to need all hands on deck. So if he can help out a little bit of his depth, great. But VanSumeren will be that depth guy. Happy for it, but that's all I've got for you. If you got anything from this, do me a favor, hit that like button. You can always subscribe down below, but I'll be back with a live video talking about Zach Ertz and everything else going on. And then later tonight, you'll get those top matchups along with the updated injury report. So lots of news coming your way throughout the day. Appreciate you taking the time. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. But until next time, I'm Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all have yourselves a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there. And as always, go Birds!